Happy Thursday. We are live. Hello, social media. It's been a couple weeks. Had a really crazy, busy week last week. So I missed you guys coming on live. So I'm excited to be back. It's kind of the end of the workday, but we've got just so many crazy things going on in our business right now that this was the only time I had a chance to jump on and say hello to you all. So we are live all over the place. We are live on Facebook in my Facebook group called Immune Inspired Health. We are live over on my business page called Dietitian with a Mission, over on Facebook, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. So if you guys are watching live with me today, do let me know where you are watching from. If you are catching this on the replay, I'd love to know also where you are watching from, just because I think it's nice to know where the audience is and where I should spend more time talking to you all today. So my name is Sonia, otherwise known as your Dietitian with a Mission, and nutrition is my jam. And I absolutely love talking all things nutrition with you, but helping you weed through the science of really bad information. Because now that we have this thing called the internet, it's just a mass, what's the word I want to use for it? Explosion of poor information. It's probably the best way of saying that. I mean, there's some good stuff out there too. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to bash the internet, but it's a great way for us to keep connected and for us to share information. But unfortunately, at the touch of your telephone, you can literally become a self-proclaimed nutritionist, physician, chiropractor, etc. And while I'm always an advocate for being your own best advocate, also do your research. It's very, very important. And so I've spent a lot of time throughout the years researching and weeding through good, bad, and ugly as it relates to nutritional supplements. Some of it has everything to do with my own personal experience, while others, it's just, somebody presents something to me and I think it's an interesting topic. So I go out down the rabbit trail and start to research these things. So hi, everyone that's jumping on. It's great to see you. Happy Thursday to you. So today what we're going to talk about, and this isn't going to be very, very long because this is a sort of a get to the point type of topic, but I get this question on a regular basis. People asking me all about powdered collagen. It's what they've been using. They find it at Walmart. They find it on Amazon. Somebody told them to make their protein shake out of it, whatever the case might be. Nonetheless, it's a very popular topic. But what I wanted to dive into today is some of the dirty details that you probably don't know. So if you're grossed out easily, you might want to hop off this live right now. I'm just telling you, I'm fully transparent. So if you're grossed out easily, maybe this isn't the live for you, but I also think that people should be well informed. And so what we're going to talk about are some of the dirty details with powdered collagen. I have a tub sitting right here. I've tried them all, anything and everything from type 1, type 2, type 5, type everything, marine collagen, blah, 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 blah. I've got all kinds of tubs. So I didn't want to bore you with all my tubs. So I thought I'd just show you one of my tubs. So we're going to talk about the ugly pieces of what is in powdered collagen. Okay, so I want to first put a disclaimer on this that I'm generalizing. There are always going to be outlying brands that are a little bit more humane, but I'm generalizing and speaking for the majority of what's out there. So before I get the haters saying, but my powdered collagen is this, I am putting a disclaimer to say I'm speaking for the majority of things that are out there, okay? So you might have something special, and congratulations if you do. So that being said, again, we're just talking about science and what is specifically in a product. And so again, if you've got a sensitive stomach, you probably don't want to listen to this. Like hang up right now, or not hang up, but hit the end button. But if you think about collagen, first of all, let me talk about what collagen is for those of you that may not be aware. It's actually the most abundant protein within our body. It's made up of amino acids. There's a whole bunch of them, a lot of them. You can't count them all. But nonetheless, it is a very abundant protein within our body. Now, as we get older, specifically over the age of 25, it starts to decline, okay? And then over the age of 40, I mean, it's like running on fumes while you're driving your car. So your gas tank is relatively empty, okay? So imagine looking for a supplement because you want to repair some of that damage. And what happens when you're damaged, we start to see some of those signs of aging. We have some gut problems, some immune problems. Our skin maybe gets a little bit wrinkly or isn't, it doesn't have that glow that it once did. Our nails become brittle. Our hair isn't, quite as nice anymore. Your hair begins to fall out, perhaps. I mean, there's all kinds of things that can happen. Joint problems, that's a big one, because we're experiencing the signs of aging. Okay, so while they're, again, going back to generalization, what I'm going to speak of is what is in the majority of powdered collagens versus what I'll talk about here momentarily, which is liquid collagen. Okay, so we'll get to that in just a second. So where there's a problem, there's always a solution, right? But first of all, I wanted to set the table by talking about what collagen is, okay? So when you look at most powdered collagens that come in a big tub, you can buy them at Walmart, you can buy them just about anywhere you look these days. I mean, you just watch TV, it's all over the TV. It's, and rightfully so, the anti-aging market is a booming market. So those of us that are in that market, definitely a great place to be because we have a lot of people aging. And there always will be. And we know that there's a lot of value to using collagen. But what most people don't know is that most collagen comes from leftover parts of an animal. Okay, so let me get a little bit more detailed on that. So the skin, the skin and bones primarily of cattle and pigs. Okay, so I happen to be one that is very animal humane, we'll just say that. And to me, it's very, very important to how animals are treated in the process. And I don't believe an animal should be killed just so we can have this, right? Fish scales and eggshells, those are also a lot of what's in powdered collagen. And then it's all ground up and processed together and formed into a powder that we then call collagen powder. Now, most collagen powders are sold as a form of protein, which is why, like, for example, when I look at this here, it has 15 grams of protein in it. Okay, so if you're going to use it, it's okay for like making a protein shake or, something along those lines. Bone broth, I see some questions about bone broth. I mean, bone broth, again, it's made through food, right? So that's in a little bit different category. What I'm talking about is actually processed powdered collagen in a tub. So it's made from animal leftovers. But here's the kicker that most people don't know. So while it's made of some pretty gross stuff, it's also not very well absorbed by the body. So great as a protein source, right? So if you're using it for protein and you can get by what's, you're okay with what's in it, keep using it as a protein shake. What I'm talking about is using it for the therapeutic benefits of anti-aging, the things that I mentioned before that people begin to lose function as they age. This isn't going to do it for you. Save it for your protein muffins, save it for your protein shake. Again, if you can get by with, being okay with what's in it. Only about 36% absorbed by the body. So I probably spent $70 on this tub of powdered collagen, only to absorb very little of it. Okay, so the more I've done research, the more I come to understand that it's not all created equal. Okay, it's very difficult for your body to assimilate and absorb and utilize the actual molecules of collagen, the peptides that are in this when it comes in a powder form. Same would hold true for the capsules. That's basically the powder in a little bit of a capsule. Okay, and you swallow that. And then it has to definitely survive the digestive juices, which of course, that's a whole nother set of problems. So yes, we do have bone broth, and that can be helpful, although most people are not going to get in the kitchen and make bone broth every single day. So definitely, I'm a huge advocate for bone broth. It's always a good thing to have. But certainly, again, when people are looking for things, they're looking for things that are going to make their life easier. And for a lot of people, that's not making bone broth, or some people are even grossed out by the fact that they're actually making and consuming bones. Okay. So, there's really a lot of bad information out there, unfortunately, that, the average consumer really has no clue. When they go to the store, they think, okay, let me just scan the shelf. I actually made a video. I was in a store the other day, and I made a video of the collagen section of the store, and it was overwhelming. There is so much stuff out there And people, the average person who didn't go to school for this, has no idea what they're buying. So they just go, okay, that one's cheaper. Let me throw that into my cart. Okay. So really my goal is not to bash powdered collagen. My goal is to give education around the good, the bad, and the ugly about all of these things. Okay. So what's the good about it? The good is you can make a protein shake out of it. It's great for making protein muffins. Again, if you can get by what's in it. The bad and the ugly, we talked about what it's made of, but also the fact that it's poorly absorbed when it comes to the anti-aging component of collagen. Okay. So what's the solution? As I mentioned, there is always a solution to the problem. So through doing a lot of research and from personal experience, really, and I'll share my information, my testimonial with you here via a picture in the comments of this presentation. I've had a tremendous result on multiple fronts, from joint to skin to gut health to hair, nails, all of those things. And of course, when you support your gut, you're supporting your immune system. But I've had tremendous results using a hydrolyzed liquid collagen. So think about it here. And for some of you, this may be not new. For most of you, it probably will be new information. Digestion begins in your mouth. So anything in liquid, liposomal, those sorts of forms are generally better utilized than something that's in a pill or a powder or something that has to survive the digestive tract. But something that you can actually hold and swish in your mouth, it begins absorption process in your mouth. So a liquid collagen, but what I've found and that I've been working with and I personally stand behind and have had tremendous results with is a product that actually is liquid. It's hydrolyzed collagen, and hydrolyzed simply means it's broken down into very, very small particles that allow for better absorption in your body. Okay, so that's what the hydrolyzed part means, and that's why that's important. And so if you think about collagen and I talk about this all the time, so this may be a repeat for some of you, but it's very, very important to understand. If you think about a triangle, we're going to talk about the triangle, and we'll call it the anti-aging triangle. So we have collagen at the tip. There are two other things that you probably aren't aware of that you're not going to find. Another reason not to just use the powdered stuff. You're not going to find hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate. Okay. So those are the other two pieces of the triangle. So when you put all three of them together, what happens? Well, let's talk. I'm going to sidetrack here for a second and let you know that just like collagen depleting over time as you get older, so does your levels of hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate. Why do you think when people get older, they experience a lot of joint problems? They experience a lot of these other things too, because it's not just the collagen, it's those three. And they're in perfect harmony in our body when we're younger, but as we age, it's like down the tubes, right? So this product that I absolutely love and have been using now myself for almost a year is a combination of hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, and the right type of absorbable collagen. This is what I call the perfect storm for anti-aging. And here's the deal. There are no animals that are harmed in the actual preparation process. It's actually extracted. Okay, now I want you to think about this for a second. When I say extracted, again, no animals are killed or harmed. Extracted from the sternal cartilage, small area of a chicken, a healthy, thriving chicken that is not killed just so we can have some stuff, okay? So it's all extracted in perfect harmony. Those three, collagen, hyaluronic acid, and chondroitin sulfate. And what's really, really cool is that matrix, we'll call it a matrix, actually mirrors the matrix that is beginning to decline in our bodies. So that's why when we replenish our body, it's like, a gas tank that's running empty. We put the fuel back in and all of a sudden the gas tank or the car runs well again, right? That's the goal. So as we begin to refuel, we have really great things happen, like less joint pain. We have wrinkles that disappear. We have much more hydrated skin. The matrix that is in this product also has been shown through clinical trials to actually decrease the enzyme called hyaluronidase that is responsible for aging of your skin. So if we can kind of hush that enzyme, we're going to have better results and we're going to have more nourished skin, which is, especially for us ladies, I mean, guys too, right? But we're always looking for that next latest and greatest anti-aging something. And while I'm always a proponent of good, healthy, clean skincare, you have to remember that it starts from within. You can slather every type of lotion, potion, tonic, whatever, all over your skin. But if the inside is not right, the outside doesn't matter, right? Maybe that was a little harsh, but in other words, those products don't matter. So all three of those things make an enormous difference when you put them together. It's not just collagen alone. So really what I wanted to share today was some of the details that people don't realize when they're out there shopping for powdered collagen, because it's the way you're going to find things in the store. You really have to do your research. You have to really connect with somebody that understands this topic, that understands supplements in general, because it's unfortunately, it's a massive business and there's a lot of poor information. Excuse me, I've been talking a lot today. There you go. And so do your research, make sure you connect with an expert to talk through all these things with you, because they're not all created equal. So there you have it. A little bit of dirty details behind what's in your powdered collagen. Hopefully I gave you a little education on why not all collagen is created equal, and really what I love in terms of a collagen supplement. So if you'd like more information, obviously I can't go into all of it on a live today, or I'd have you guys here for the next 2 hours. But if you'd like some additional information, go ahead and drop info down in the comments, or just go ahead and send me an inbox or a private message, depending where you're watching from. I'd be happy to share some information with you. And then lastly, and some of you may be watching from my Facebook group, but if you like to just kind of be a fly on the wall and learn not only more about collagen, but also about all the other sort of holistic wellness topics that I talk about, in particular supplement education, go ahead and drop the word group down below, and I'd be happy to send you an invite to my Facebook group and have you come over there and join us for a little education as well. So I hope you guys found value in this. If you did, feel free to share this broadcast with those that may get benefit, either tag them or certainly share the video. And we'll be coming back at you live soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk soon. Take care, everyone.